Hello everybody. Now we're gonna do a review on the Mega 7 stocks and see how they fare. So last week on Thursday close, I did an update on Mega 7, and basically based on the chart, I say most of them short-term bull, and a couple like Google and Tesla hold. So now I'm going to see and review each stock. Let's go with Apple. So Thursday, it was at 203. And I say, oh, it's a short-term bull because most likely going to bounce up from this support line at 197 and bounce back into the channel. And then Friday went down, Monday, and even Tuesday, right? Then it bounced back up to test 197, went down again, and then today it closed above the blue line. So what does it mean? So at least it's close above the support. However, it's still outside of the trend. So I still expect next week it will try to come back and at least test 205, 206, and of course going back to test at least 210 after that. So basically after the whole week it went off by about $5. So you can see whenever there's a like a big dip, you want to buy the dip, just like Warren Buffett say, buy the freaking dip. Okay, so short term for Apple right now is still a short term bull. If you have it and you don't want, you can hold it. I don't think that's a problem. But if it failed to test this trend line resistance here, it will come back and most likely we're gonna have it test 186, okay, which is the low of today. So either either 205 or 186 is the next level. But for me, the short term is still bullish because of this, right? For now, it's almost making like a bull flag. If it just moves sideline, it's gonna go up like this, and you got a flag. Most likely it will bounce up and test these level on here. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why. And because due to a lot of selling from, let's see, if we do a measurement, just from the last couple of weeks, it's down already about 25%. So that's a lot of drop in a short time. So that is why I'm looking for a bounce. So a buy on Apple, Amazon. Let me see. Last week, Amazon also a buy. So we want to see. So since February until now, so 2 months, it dropped 33% on Amazon. That's a lot for just 2 months. So I said most likely it'll go up to 187, the yellow line, and it was here, right, at 178 close. It went down a couple of days, went back up to test the resistance, because it was support, now become resistant, close above it one day but could not hold it, went back up and now right at the resistance. So we're going to test again, and you can see for short term it's also making a bull flag, right? So even if the next week or so, if it doesn't fall down below 178, 180, and it stay between 180 and 190 for a week, it would be still a bullish pattern on the chart. So basically it hit my target, even though it's not hit the price target, but it hit the resistance yellow line, the orange line here. And also this is also the other resistance. I would say for now Amazon short term is also bullish, because due to a lot of selling and just recent bounce, it didn't bounce back much, but still bullish based on the graph, the chart. So we got two bull. Meta is also a bull. So let me see. Last week is closed at 531, and I say I expected to test the red line right here, which is the resistance, and I expected to go back to the baseline before it broke down from the head and shoulder pattern. And guess what happened? It went down lower for a couple of days, went back up and traced, attacked that blue line, but couldn't hold the price, and basically went back down below the red line. So basically after a breakdown or breakout, it will come back to the line to test, and it did that but fell again and pull back down. So for Meta right now, I would say it's a hold, because it won't move much, but around I would say between 510 and 570. So most likely it will go sideways for the next week. Okay, so but if it can close above the red line by the end of next Friday, maybe it will even go higher and back, testing 585 before trying to break down and test 632. So for next week, it need to stay above 549. So for now, I've just put it as a hold. Okay, Tesla. Tesla also was a hold. And let's see. So Tesla, so Thursday it was at 266. And I say due to it tagged the upper trend line, which is the resistance, most likely it will move down, right? And then move back up to test it again. And if it's breakout, it will go up to 325. However, if it's not, it's gonna go and test this long-term support here at 185. So let's take this arrow out and then see. So it was at 264 on 268 on Thursday close. Went down a couple days, went back up, tagged the green line with which I predicted, and it couldn't break out. So it pulled back a little bit and right now stay at 252. So it didn't really go anywhere. Based on the chart, it moving sideways, and then let me see. So sideways. Okay. So most likely it will move sideways again, but lower to this current wedge pattern here. So for Tesla, I will keep it at a hold for the next week. But again, there's also a chance to break out this green line, out this purple line at 277, and then move up to 325. So that is still a possibility. Okay. But as for now, most likely it will move sideways. So we got a buy on Apple, a buy on Amazon, a hold for Meta, and hold for Tesla. Okay. Next is Microsoft. Let me see. Microsoft was a bull last week, so we'll see. Last Thursday, it was at 372. So I say most likely, due to the support here, is gonna test this orange line at 389. And look how it did. Even though it broke down below the blue line, which is the last high based on the chart, but it came back up, tested, broke out, up, and then tested the orange line, broke back down, tested the blue line, and then today came back up and tagged the orange line. Well, if you see here, let me take this arrow out. For short term, if you draw from here to here, right, you can see the trend is even go lower, and it just tagged this trend line here, which is the resistance and one of the major mid terms support, which is now a major resistance. So you got resistance, So most likely, I think it's gonna go down, and I would say about 370 in the near term. So Meta would be, but it can go sideways as well due to this. So maybe not a sell, but I'll put it as a hold. But it will be around trade in within the range of 367 and I would say 384. So about $20. Not much, but that would be the range bound. Until it break out of this area right here. Right here. It need to break up into 410. Pull back down again, then it can move higher. But if not, it's not gonna go anywhere, but most likely down and test the last low of, let's say, 350. So for now, I would stay this hold, but more likely a sell. Okay, so let me delete and just put the area right here where I'm gonna stay. So for this as a whole, so 3 hold, 2 buy. All right, next would be Google, Alphabet. You can see from just 2 months ago, each of them dropped around 30% or more. Pretty crazy. Oops. Oh, heck. Okay. Okay, so Google. Okay, so Google currently down trend, right? And I say it's a hold. So it's still range bouncing. Not much movement since last Thursday. So I would say I will hold again because it will bounce within this area. So Google won't move much, but staying around, I would say 150 to 160. So not a lot of movement. So we get 2 buy and 4 hold. Now what about NVDA? NVIDIA, I say it was a short-term bull. Last Thursday, it was at 101, went down on Tuesday, 86, bounced up to 114, and then today is closed at 110. So at least it's moved up to my arrow right here at 110. So basically, it's just a little bit above my target. Right now I'm looking at it, and I would say NVIDIA looks pretty good, but it most likely will pull back here to 101 before coming back to 120 to test the trend line. So I would say NVIDIA is a short-term bull. All right, So we got 3 buy and 3 buy for Apple, Amazon, and Google, and the rest are hold. So as you see, there's a lot of volatility in the market for the last 2-3 weeks, but if you know where to buy and hold, you actually mix at least 10% to 15%, right? So you want to look at the chart, buy when at the support, and just sell at the resistance. It sounds pretty simple, but it's harder in practice. But if you do enough, you will you can still do it. All right. Thanks for watching. Please leave it a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you probably in a week. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.